What up, guys? Hello. I think this is going to be a bit windy, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's going to be about a couple of things, right? Don't know if you can see these cranes in the distance. Can you see? Hang on. Oh god, can you see the fucking cranes? Hang on. See those cranes over there? Now I'm trying to zoom. I don't think you can zoom on video. Well, those cranes there are really interesting, right? They've come in on boats, and I think they're some of the largest cranes in the world. Here's me going on about facts that aren't true again. If you look in that direction over there, you can't see it in this for this, but these cranes have come over from Hinkley Point on boats, right? And they're building a new pumping station for the River Parrett right next to my house. It's going to cost £43 million, and it's to stop the River Parrett from overflowing, basically. Like I've already bloody gone on about before. But what I'm trying to come to is a friend of mine on here the other day. He was making a really horrible growling, drilling sound. And that's what, I found my ball from the other walk the other day. George! But it was right, so these cranes, my friend, I think it's last Saturday, started like going, and I wondered what the hell yeah, but it related, right? And I'm just trying to say, they haven't been doing it for a few days, but these cranes here have been drilling into the ground, and it's like about half a mile from my house, not even that. You feel the whole earth shake, and it's one of those that's the noise he made. It's this, like, you know, complete compression, negative noise, destruction noise, you know, like the most deepest, like screwing into the bed of the river, basically, is the noise. Then afterwards you get the banging noise. So obviously they're drilling a hole and then they're banging it in, so bang bang, but it's the drilling. And in the last few days it hasn't been happening, but the deeper they're getting into that River Parrett bed, the more it's like, it's the weirdest sound ever. And I think it was actually getting into mine and my partner's head the other day. It was making me feel quite angry, quite down, and just tense, because after a while you don't really realise you're listening to that noise, and it is actually like the earth in pain, like, you know, it's a painful noise. So yeah, just trying to, if he comes across this, I might give him a message. But I just really think that certain people are in sync with each other at the moment, and that noise is happening right next to my house, and it's not exactly the most friendly noise for your ears. So I suppose as far as listening to music goes, you've got to be careful. I actually think I'm getting unfit because I'm fucking out of breath just walking at the moment. Yeah, but I guess there's relation to what music you're listening to, guys, and obviously it depends on your age and your emotions of what music you're listening to. If I'm feeling pent up, I will listen to very heavy bass dance music. As I've got older and less angrier, my interest in music has become lighter. If I try and listen to Nirvana now, I obviously still appreciate the songs, but I'm not in that same sort of depressional state that I was in when I used to listen to it. I find all music can help anyone from whatever level they're at. If you're deeply depressed, there's music out there for you. If you're deeply angry, there's angry music, and obviously there's softer music as well. So I've always liked the hardcore because it's mixed with piano, soft music, but heavy tempo and some bass. I do feel like it's a lovely symphony between the both sounds, the negative sounds and the high sounds. So yeah, just really like a message about noise, really, and how it can get into your system. And, you know, just maybe if your children are just listening to drum and bass or heavy metal, try and help them listen to something a little bit softer as well, you know, because everyone knows you listen to classical music or something soft, it really does calm your system down, or like those lovely gongs and that, you know. It's just always be bendable with your music tastes as you change. But yeah, that bloody noise that's going on over there, that's what I just thought to myself. It is a very aggressive, depressing noise, and it's the same as when you're listening to aggressive, depressing music, and it's always good to bang it out of your system. But be careful about what sounds you're making, be careful of how you're using your voice, Like sometimes if I'm really stressed, I can hear myself talking like this, and I'm like, everything is really like. And then if I'm being calmer, I use my calmer voice. So, you know, just be careful how you're talking, be careful what you're listening to, be careful what you're making your children listen to, and just be mindful about noise, you know, and how it can upset your system as a human. You know, hue means sound, so your whole energy is made of sound, and you just want to be careful what sounds you've got in there. And like recently, I'm really trying to let go of and align myself with my yoga, and just every day I know I'm getting a bit closer to knowing exactly what's in me, sounds and vibrations, and what vibrations I want in my body and which ones I want to say goodbye to. So it's just, I remember everything is sound, man, like literally sound, man. So just enjoy sound. The birds, you know, they just tickle it all off, don't they? They tickle it out of your brain. The sounds of a fire, sounds of water running, sounds of your own breathing, sound of your children breathing, you know. Be really like in tuned to what you're listening to. For God's sake, if you're one of those people that constantly play aggressive music in front of your children, remember what impact and impression you're having on those children, and usually you'll end up putting them right off that sort of thing if you do. But yeah, and just a really quick point, because I don't want to touch it too much. Child safety online. A young girl I'm very, very close to, it's just come to light that she might have used the word sex, texting an AI system on her phone. This girl is only very young, and guys, just remember that the internet is not getting safer. It is such a playground for your child, but it is so, children don't know how to bloody use it. And I'm going to go through my 10-year-old's phone fully in a minute as well, because you can't expect them not to be groomed or come across by. And this girl had almost, like, she hadn't been approached, but she had written, do you want sex? And it's really shocking. And you just got to remember, guys, that the internet is festering with men that want to talk to young girls, like TikTok dancing and that, you know. The 14-year-old girls, apparently most of their followers are bloody males now, 40-year-olds over. Why aren't their phones saying, excuse me, you're following 14-year-old girls? The phones can do so much more than they're letting us know that they can do. The AI system. I'm not saying I want to be in a world where we're all sectionised and we have no rights, but come on, man. I want AI to start working out it's being bloody dodgy and who's not. Start putting a cap on it. Imagine if the Alexa just came through saying, we've noticed that you've been looking at, you know, I don't want no one to have any privacy, but surely, man, I want the world to be safer, especially for young girls. You forget how needy young girls are, and how sometimes they don't mind if they're getting attention off, if you know what I mean. They can get attention off of men, you know. And I don't know if you remember what you were like when you're 14, but I was very grown up for 14. And it's just trying to realise that the bloody internet is got to look after your kids and watch what they're looking at, guys, because sometimes you wouldn't expect to see what they are actually looking at. So on that note, stay sound, keep an eye on what your children are doing on their phones, male or female. And even if you think they're like 7 or 8 and you think all they're doing is playing Roblox, bloody look at their phone. Don't let them be on it all the time. Right, guys, yeah, I'm gonna finish up now, and be careful of what sounds you're listening to. Me, I love a bit of heavy dance. When I'm in the bad mood, I listen to it a lot. And the way you dance as well, depending on your mood, you know, if you're going to whack out loads of energy or be softer, just, yeah, change your styles. Right, much love, have a good one. Cheers. Bye.